Hello, my lovely Virgo friends. So I'm here today to share with you your 2021 horoscope. I hope you will enjoy it, and if you do so, then please press like. So this video is especially for your rising sign, but you will also gain some great information if you have got your moon or the sun in this sign too. So the most prominent aspect of the year is going to be the Uranus and Saturn square. And it will be around the entire year, but the peaks are going to be in February, June, and December. Well, I will definitely make a video on this in depth so that you can gain more perspective over this matter. I'll do that sometime in January. But let us see what is 2021 bringing for you. I will also put some key dates in the corner of the screen so that you can make some notes for yourself. I know how structured Virgo likes being. So the Uranus and Jupiter square is going to be happening from the 13th of January till the 22nd of January. Then also in February 6th till March 2nd. And then in June, the entire June and almost the entire December as well will be about this aspect. Now, let's just have a look at what is Uranus and Aquarius talk about, because this year is going to have plenty of Aquarian traits. And Aquarius and Uranus rules freedom, independence, rebellion, breaking the rules, thinking outside the box, a progressive way of thinking, progressive change. And because this is occurring in the sign of Aquarius, our desire for freedom and independence will be extraordinary. Aquarius also rules your friends, groups, and somehow your long-term vision as well. So it is going to be happening in your ninth house, which means that it is going to be about breaking away from your limitations, from your own scripts, and somehow to enlarge your scope. You might desire to grow within the structure of restriction, which still allows you to enlarge the area of life affected by this transit. And this is specifically about your sixth and ninth house. So we are going to be talking about your work environment quite a lot. The good news is that Uranus gives us a restless energy to completely break away from any type of limitations you might have created for yourself. It could be the year when you should be conquering some of your old habits, watching out for your eating style, something to do with getting rid of the unhealthy habits. Or you might have been fighting with some long-term illnesses. And actually, this Uranus Saturn square can give you the opportunity to break this cycle. Yes, square is a challenging aspect. So, of course, it is going to be a time where we need to put time and effort, resources into this project. But because Uranus is innovative, it is telling you to look at it from a different angle. So Uranus is the awakener. It reveals areas that require change to help you grow beyond your own limitations. And because it is in the ninth house, it is clearly an indication that somehow we need to work on the conscious level. We need to reevaluate our opinions. We need to think about our visions and dreams, and in a sense, your hopes as well. What is it you really desire? This is going to be one of the major questions you need to ask yourself. Some of you actually with that ninth house activation might become grandparents because ninth house is the fifth from the fifth. And you also having Pluto since 2008 in your fifth house. So those who have got any planets around 24 to 26 degree of Capricorn in the fifth house or even between 6 to 13 degrees of Taurus. Those could be becoming grandparents. But this is also talking about your transforming your creativity, taking some type of risks. We don't need to be so perfect all the time. We don't need to be judgmental about ourselves. Let loose a little bit. This is exactly what Uranus and Pluto are really trying to tell you in the fifth and the ninth house. Um, so, yes, the key message here is to come away from your own limitations, from your own rigid thought patterns. Actually, having all these Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter energy going on, you might have been depressed in the last couple of years. You might have created some type of negative thoughts. And Uranus give you the opportunity to come up with some new ideas, maybe what type of work you should be doing. Uranus acts like a electricity, tries to electrocute you, to wake you up. So this could be a perfect time when you want to bring more freedom into your own work, your daily activities. Ask yourself what area of life you've got your chains, what area of life you are chained to, what area of life you are restricted. Are these work? Am I working at a boring workplace? I hate it. And also, what are you scared of the most? Because you need to let go of all those. So Jupiter will be shifting into your sixth house in the middle of summer, between May to July. And sixth house is all about having some luck in your work. So you might be able to collaborate with others, or you might be having increased amount of duties to look after. I feel like this year you are going to be having plenty of tasks to look after. Maybe it's going to be about rebuilding your home or do a spring clean there. You might want to get rid of things which you don't need anymore. You might want to do some type of renovation, keeping the home environment as tidy as possible, and you are extremely good at that. So, but you do need to be careful because you can run yourself down, and it can lead you to become sick. So you do need to be having with you do need to have a little bit of a fun as well with that Jupiter in Pisces. You do need to do some type of meditations or some type of sport activities. And yes, that is all about the lifestyle change. So you might want to be jogging in the morning, for instance. Um, Focusing on your environment, your household chores, deciding what you need and what you don't need anymore is going to be extremely important, as well as reassessing your workloads. Um, you also are going to be having Saturn in your sixth house, and the very last time it happened was between 1991 to 1993. So you can go back in time a little bit and then see what happened there. Um, the key success factor for your transits this year is to create a strong work ethic, being structured about your long-term goals, have your vision, put it on paper, pen and paper, and then do it like a ticking exercise. Yes, I have done that. I've done this, so I can move on to the next project. Your financial one of your financial planets will pop into the sign of Taurus, conjoining Uranus right at the beginning of the year. And that might be a good news for you because it can give you energy to come up with new plans, new ideas, especially if you work with other people's money. So, the beginning of January and February, you might see a little bit of a boost in your financials. But Mars also talks about your sex life, so that can also improve a lot. Your intimacy, your trusting abilities in others could be a topic in the beginning of the year. I feel like at the end of this transit, actually, of Saturn and Jupiter, you can actually reap what you worked for in the last 3 years. The good news is that Saturn is being in an upheaval. So the rock bottom of the chart is somewhere in the fourth house, and about 7 years ago, it hit the rock bottom. But it is in a couple of years' time, it is going to be reaching your seventh house. So Saturn gets a lot more strength there because it's going to be a day planet, and day planet Saturn acts like a constructive criticism type of energy, while at the bottom of the chart it is more about being malefic. So that is a good news for you. I think your love life can be improving as well in 2021 because Venus and Mars will meet in the sign of Leo somewhere in July. And then also they are going to be meeting in 2022 February as well. And they are going to be traveling through the sign of Capricorn in February 2021. Especially, it's going to be an important period because Venus is going to take its retrograde period at the end of the year. So she is significantly going to be spending more time there. So I would say that your most favorable periods for love, self-care, self-worth is going to be between January and February time because Venus is going to be transiting your love house. Then January the 9th is particularly a good time because Venus is going to be trining Mars as well. Then between 25th of February till March 21st, it's going to be transiting your partnership house. So that's also very good. And then in July, Mars and Venus are going to be meeting in the sign of Leo, which is all about love, romance, flirt, and so on. So, and then between November and March, so 2021 November till March 5th, actually Venus is going to be transiting your love houses and it's going to be meeting up Mars. And there is also going to be Pluto involved. So it can bring you a very great, intense relationship though. And that's important to know. Some of you actually with that Pluto energy might experience some love drama at the end of 2021, beginning of 2022. You are also going to be having your South Node transiting your fourth house and the North Node, the 10th house. Now, the North Node is something which we need to follow. So I put again the keywords on top of the screen so you can learn more about them. But it elevates an area of life. North Node acts like a Jupiterian energy. So it wants you to expand in the area of life, but that's something in a karmic way. So the 10th house is the house of your career, your status, your recognition, and anything to do with authority figures. So also we've got another very strong indication of the possibility of your status to elevate. But the status also can indicate marriage or becoming a parent as well. And the South Node is kind of an indication that you need to let go of your insecurities in that fourth house. Maybe you need to go back to the basics. You need to revisit the basics and seeing, okay, what do I really desire in a relationship? Or what do I really desire in life? And then once I figured it out, then I can go and then work on that North Node energy in the 10th house. Of course, you want to be looking at what is your North Node ruler doing this year, but unfortunately, that's going to be personal for everyone. I'm talking about your natal chart. That's personal for everyone, but I would be watching out that transit as well quite closely to pick the time when you should be, for instance, starting a new career. So dear Virgo, it's going to be quite an interesting ride for you. Use that mutable energy of yours, meaning that be flexible and embrace the changes, whatever it is, Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter, very strong Aquarian energies are trying to bring into your life. And by the way, I would like to thank you for your continuous support in 2020. And I hope to see you in 2021 as well. And I hope you will have a wonderful Christmas and a prosperous 2021. Take care of yourself. Blessed be. Bye bye.